quiet. Okay. Dr. Warren, you see what's going on. I had to get in front of the camera with you. It's been about what? What? They're not really. There you go. You're like sort of professional. I can't really see this that close. All right, Dr. Warren. Been about 6 months. I'm sorry, man.
That's all right. You know
I feel they crying. They like they don't want to see me. They want to see Dr. Warren. Okay. So I tell them, calm down. Here's Dr. Warren. I'm gonna be a little FaceTime with Dr. Warren. They don't get out there that you. How bad is this economy? How bad is the economy gonna get?
Well,
this economy, U.S. economy.
Well, not only the U.S. economy. Let's talk about the whole world. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you talk about it, I mean, you take for instance, we already correctly the unemployment that take for instance unemployment. The official number is 8.5. But when you add U6 are those people that have been unemployed for years, looking for a job, can't find one, of those that are looking, working part-time, looking for full-time work. When you add that together, you're up to about, between 15 and 18% unemployed already in America. See, and what's shocking about that figure, let's take a figure like 16%. Well, this is just the beginning of the depression/recession. This is the beginning of the depression. At the depth of the depression, unemployment only got as high as 25%. So you can see from here that we're talking about eventually, folks, either 1 in 3 people, 1 in 3, and possibly, I say 1 in 3 people in America, regardless of your color, ethnicity, or whatever, will be unemployed. And just massive poverty that you've never seen in this country. That will totally devastate this thing.
Well, you said before, I think over a year ago, people are killing them. They're killing themselves.
Oh yeah,
because they can't adjust to what's going on.
Right. What happened when people lose it, and they have nothing to lose, as Salente said, they lose it. In other words, people cannot take losing all their worldly possessions because they themselves believe, at least in America, that those possessions that they have are their life. Right. So when they lose that, their life has been lost because they lost their. First of all, they're living in a $500,000 house, a big house. They're driving 2 or 3 cars, Cadillacs, Porsches, and etc. 4 or 5 flat TVs. They live into the max, and they're saying, "Well, I lost it all, baby. What are we gonna do?" She said, "Okay, then I want you to kill the kids, and then you kill yourself, and that's it. We check out." So that's the pact that they made.
But you know,
to get to that point, you have to have.
That's sad that so many Americans are so tied to these possessions because I didn't go to school, I got me a doctor, I got an MBA, I got a master's, and y'all say I'm going to be poor. I'm not supposed to be poor. But a lot of people with degrees, not all, but a lot of folks will be poor.
Oh yeah, well you listen. You go to California, you got people that are architects. Matter of fact, they're laying off lawyers and law firms. Yep. Take for instance Wall Street. Wall Street has lost 400,000 jobs. These people, we're talking about the best of the best. These are Harvard, Yale folks.
And that's why they can't fill up Yankee Stadium. They can't fill up Yankee Stadium because all the folks on Wall Street lost their job.
Right. And what are they going to do when you lose your Maserati? Come down to a Ford?
No. I would kill myself. You know what I'm saying? Figuratively, I'll kill myself. But some people are doing it literally.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they don't want a Ford.
Well, what happens is that if you keep track of it, I think CNN had, I think it was about a month ago, there was something like 9 serial killers, 58 people died, and these were all people that knew each other. They were their wives, friends, and etc. that they killed, family and friends, and etc. So I mean, people are, because listen, their hope was in the materialization in the government and the banks, and they didn't realize that the Illuminati, the people of Wall Street, the masters of the universe, was a fraud. The whole thing was a game that would perpetuate in the whole world, and at this time, the whole thing crashed on it.
I got to get out of this frame here, but before I go and step out when you finish this piece, a lot of people still believe, especially these Republicans, these conservatives, that the reason why the economy collapsed, America's going down the drain, is because minorities bought homes.
Listen, they put this stuff on the little people. They think the little people have brought the economy down. Listen, the gatekeepers, I worked as a bank, as an investment officer there in the bank, and I managed to put about $300 or $400 million. And I know that, listen, you can't walk in the bank and say, I want $1 million, not unless you got collateral. And was the bankers that were supposed to what? Watch the gate. In other words, there's a thing called fiduciary responsibility. In other words, you're supposed to watch the money. And they didn't. So it was all a game to get these people in these houses and pump the economy up, pump the real estate up, so the average person thought he was rich and started living out of his house with an ATM machine, going out buying everything, never realized, thought these houses would constantly go up in value.
They were too high anyway. They had to collapse.
That's the whole point.
The cars are too expensive. The house is too expensive. Duh. I mean, if the thing is collapsing.
Well, they didn't believe it. They drank the Kool-Aid.
Right. They drank the Kool-Aid.
And see what happened once they drank the Kool-Aid. They got drunk. and fell into a trance and started buying this stuff, and they thought that the world would, that they would retire in Fuji somewhere forever. And what happened was, three things happened to the Americans. They lost they threatened of losing their job, their house lost 30% of their value, and their pension and an IRA is now is down, and the 401k is a 101k.
And for a lot of people, it ain't coming back.
No, it's not coming
Let
back.
me get out the way, then we'll ask you what's going to happen next.